What we see here is an iMac G3 box. Very nondescript. This is a iMac 5 flavor computer from 1999. This actually belongs to a friend of mine. And as you see, it's blueberry. And the computer is in the box. So we're going to unbox this thing. It's not sealed. It's just in the box. So before we take it out of the box, I'm going to take the camera off the tripod. So the next part might be a little shaky. And I apologize for that, but I'll do my best here. So I just want to kind of free roam around the box here a little bit, and then we'll take everything out of the box. But I want to get some close-ups of the labels and everything else on the box that tells you what's going on. So hang on 2 seconds and we're going to take a look. So here we go. Here's the box. It's pretty nondescript looking. The box is in excellent shape for as old as it is. We can see here that it was originally purchased from Ingraham Micro by Computerland of Dover in Dover, Delaware. And this computer truthfully came from the original owner's daughter. The original owner passed away, and she told me he kept everything. So take a look here. Now this is a 5 flavor, so this one's blueberry. At least that's what the sticker says. I haven't actually looked at the computer, so I'm going by what the sticker says. It says it's blueberry, and I'm sure it is. But the internet age computer for the rest of us. This thing comes equipped with a 333 megahertz, not gigahertz, megahertz PowerPC G3, 32 megs of memory, supports up to 256 megs, 6 gig hard drive, 24x CD-ROM drive, 2 USB ports, built-in display, of course, 6 megs of ATI Rage video. And then it's got a built-in 56K modem, 10100 networking, so you can tell this is an older model. Stereo speakers, and of course, you know, all the ubiquitous software that, you know, came bloated on these machines. You know. But here's the side of the box. And I'm going to turn it around here. Here's the iMac. So we're going to put the camera back on the tripod, and then we're going to take her out of the box. Alright, so here we go. So when you open the box, the first thing you get is you get another box. It's a box within a box. You get this nice iMac box. This is supposed to have all the accessories in it. And if my buddy Jay Vrij is looking, there's your pucks. So we open this up and we see goodies. All kinds of goodies. We have the original clear power cord. Some random USB cable. A blueberry puck mouse, which, truth be told, has seen better days, but this thing must have really been loved. And the original iMac G3 keyboard in blueberry for the machine. So we're going to take all this stuff out, and it's even packed in the original plastic, which is like a miracle. Against my better judgment, I'm going to take the damn puck out. I don't need the power cord. I'm going to use another power cord. This is a funky looking Apple power cord. It's just a standard IEC power cord though. It's nothing special. The iMac G4 was one that used the figure 8. But it's nothing, I mean, there's nothing special about the box. It's just, it says iMac. So we're going to set this aside. And then I'm going to rotate the box this way. And you'll see why. So we take this nice piece of styrofoam out. I'll tell you what, this thing is packed well. Which is good, because these are rather heavy machines. And then it's blueberry. So, and it's packed in, looks like the original plastic too. So we're going to take the iMac out. And the beautiful thing with these machines is they have handles. That was one of the best things Apple ever could have did. So we're going to take this monstrosity out. Holy crap. This thing looks brand new. So there's the iMac. It's actually very pretty. It's gorgeous for its age. I mean, it looks brand new. The I/O port cover's there. None of the plastic's cracked. Not even the plastic inside here is cracked or even yellow. There's a couple little marks on it. Nothing that Windex can't get off. You know, it's quite nice looking. So that's it. I mean, there's not really much unboxing an iMac. That's pretty much the extent of it. So what we're going to do is, since we're in the shack, we're going to set this all up in the workbench, and then I'm going to set the camera up. We're going to hook everything up. We're going to see if it works, because truthfully, I don't know. I've been told this thing has been sitting, so it's possible it may not even start. So 2 seconds. Oh, here we go. Here's the iMac. Just going to give you a quickie look-see here at everything. So for those of you who have never seen one of these, this is a first gen iMac. This one came out, I believe, in 1998. This is one of the 5 flavors. This was actually the second coming of the iMac. The original iMacs were just Bondi Blue, but then they came out shortly thereafter with the 5 flavor models, which has blueberry, strawberry, lime, tangerine, and blueberry. So this is a very nice looking, I mean, this thing's gorgeous. I mean, you see CRT, CD-ROM drive, and this is actually like a laptop CD-ROM. There's actually 2 headphone jacks on the front, so you and somebody else could share, you know, listen to whatever you're listening to, all at the same time. Over here on the side, this is a very rare thing right here. These port covers are usually all either removed or broken. So, but you'll see there's a modem, and it's kind of hard to see exactly. Let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit. There we go. So you have a modem. This is a 56K modem, and this was very normal back in these days. They're very hard to see, but right here there's 2 little pinholes for a programmer's switch and a reset switch. Which this was actually, I think, one of the last machines to actually feature those. 10100 Ethernet. Now this was starting to become a thing on computers because, you know, a lot of people were starting to switch over to broadband. Broadband was starting to come into its own back in these days. So 2 USB ports. These are 1.1, so 12 megs a second. Don't expect screaming speeds. And then there's another headphone jack, or audio out jack, and a microphone port right here. One thing you will notice is there's no Firewire. Okay, this was the model before Firewire came out. Firewire didn't come out until, I believe, 2000. So Firewire was around. It just wasn't. It was never adopted, really. But you know, it wasn't a very common sight, even on Macs. So, and then flip around here, zoom back out. Whoops, wrong way. Handle. There's no fan in here. This is strictly passive cooled. So, very, very quiet. Nothing on the back. Later models, there's a little foot right here. You know, here's where your IEC power connector goes. So, and then on the side, just nothing. It's just a blank side. So, and then we'll flip it on the CRT very, very gently. And you'll see that the foot actually still has the plastic on it. And I'm not going to take it off. This isn't my computer, so I'm going to leave it go. You can see the CD-ROM drive in here. And you have to take this entire rear panel off to upgrade the memory. The later models just had a small access door that made it a lot easier to upgrade the RAM. But this machine, I think they weren't quite expecting people to upgrade the memory in these. 32 megs was a good bit of memory back in 1998. So, and then we're going to turn it around here. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod real quick so you can see this last piece here. And then when we look inside the port cover here, this is your spec sticker. As you see, it's a 333 G3, and that's the IBM PowerPC 730. 32 megabytes, excuse me, of memory, 6 gigabyte hard drive, a CD-ROM drive, 6V is the 6 megabyte ATI RAID card, 512K of cache, a modem, and a keyboard. So that's what the machine was originally spec'd out. I don't know what the specs are on the machine now. I'm assuming they're stock. So, but we're going to find out. So while we have the port cover here open, we're going to take our keyboard, and you're supposed to put the cable through the hole and then plug it in. Nobody ever does that. People just leave these doors open or jam cables in them. There's also well, I'm sorry, I take it back. There's a notch down here. I always put it through the hole. I don't know why. There's a notch down here, so on both sides of the door, so you can run your cables in and out and shut the door. So we have the keyboard plugged in, and as you see, it is the original keyboard. Very, it's used. It's quite well used. It's not horrible. You know, I've seen definitely worse. So, and we're going to rotate this, and we're going to take I have this IEC power cord right here, and while we got sitting on the monitor, I'm going to plug her in. Alright, and then we're going to take the puck, as it's so affectionately known as. Oh, it's actually a twist tie on there. Nope. Holy puck, Batman! This thing is filthy. I mean, this thing is horrible. This thing needs to be taken apart, cleaned out really good. You can see all kinds of crap inside there. So, and we're going to plug that into the keyboard. There's 2 USB ports on the keyboard. Now, like I said, these are only 1.1. So, you know, you can't expect too much. So, we got her all set up. She's all pretty looking. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to fire it up. Alright. Time to see if we have magic smoke. So, the original iMac came with this keyboard, which is kind of funky. Not a good gaming keyboard, by the way. The later ones came with the Pro style keyboard. So there's 2 ways you can turn it on. You can either use the power button on the keyboard, or you can use the power button on the Mac. I'm going to use the one on the Mac, on the keyboard. Excuse me. That's a beautiful sound. And I have no idea what's even on this. I would assume Mac OS 9, maybe even 8.6. I think they ship with 8.6. Oh, it's definitely got Classic on it. Oh, it's got Mac OS 9, so it's been upgraded a little bit. The hard drive's pretty quiet. Screen's nice and crisp. I mean, it's really nice. You know, color's quite vibrant. Of course, you're going to get a flicker. You know, this is a CRT, so of course you're going to see flickering. You know, you can see my iMac in the background. That's flickering too. So, one thing I noticed is that the speakers don't seem to be rotten. You know, when it chimed nice. And this belonged to an older gentleman. So, oh, interesting configuration here. So, we're just going to go through the basics. I'm going to go to About This Computer, find out about it. So, okay, this is running OS 9.0.4. And apparently it has 96 megabytes of memory, so somebody's upgraded it. So, Yes, this computer will run OS 10. I think it'll run OS 10.3. I don't think it'll run Tiger. Maybe it will. If it ran Tiger, it'd be pretty sluggish, I would think. So, seems pretty responsive right now. So now we're going to go down to Apple System Profiler, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so everyone can see, because the typing on the type font is a little small in the System Profiler. Okay, so hopefully it's clear enough. So, memory overview, we have a 3 meg disk cache. We have 96 megs of built-in memory. It looks like 32 megs in the top slot, or in the bottom slot, and then 64 megs on the top. So, this is close to being quote-unquote decent. OS 9, I think, minimum of 256 megs to run it. You know, 6 megabytes of video memory, which was pretty good back in the day. So, network overview. I don't know if this thing has airport. I don't think it does. I don't know if it's been... I don't see anything on airport. It does have the 56K modem. Everything, you know, for internet's installed. Just, I don't see an airport card. Let's take a look at the computer. The internal ATA looks like 6 gigabyte hard drive. So the hard drive is original, and it's still running pretty good too. So CD-ROM drive, ATI Rage Pro C, 6 meg video card. It looks like he's got this running at 800 by 600 at millions of colors. If I remember correctly, on 6 megs I could go up to millions at 1024 by 768, but I could be wrong. Yep. And we'll just ramp the brightness up just a hair here so it's a little easier to see. So, as you see in the monitor's control panel under OS 9, it identifies it as an iMac. So, it gives you the geometry and color adjustments right here, because there are no physical adjustments, it's all digital. So, and ooh, funky fonts. There's all kinds of good. Oh, here's an OS 8.6 backup. So somebody did upgrade the OS on it, so it didn't ship with OS 9. And there's all kinds of stuff on here. I'm not going to go through in here because there's still some personal files on here, and I need to back everything up on it for the lady that we got it from. I did tell her I would do that. She knew nothing about these Macs, so the hard drive still has over 4.5 gigabytes free. So there's not really a lot on here eating up space. So, you know, it was used, but it wasn't used very hard. So I need to. I'm going to leave it plugged in here on the workbench, and we're going to back up everything, which is going to take forever at 1.1 USB, which is 12 megabytes a second. So, and I have to go through and find all the stuff. Let's see if we can find a game here somewhere. Here we go. Good old solitaire. I have no idea what kind of solitaire this is. This is different. So, but hey, it works. You know. Works pretty well, actually. we're going to try to see if we can find some more memory for it and see if we can update it a little bit. So, like I said, this isn't mine. This belongs to Greg Hrutkay. So, I might do another video on it here in the near future. So, I'd like to get it online and see what it can do on the internet under OS 9. So, but this is the unboxing of the first gen iMac. So, until next time.